What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. So as of late, we got some weird recent news about Ace Bailey and his approach to the NBA draft thus far. I don't know if this is all from his agent or this is just his personality, but to say the least, this has been a very weird approach by Ace Bailey. He has yet to work out for a single team. He canceled his workout with the 76ers and wanted a promise before he got there. It's all bizarre. It's all extremely weird. But there's been speculation that maybe there's a team he wants to go to, and maybe the team he wants to go to is somewhere on the East Coast. Maybe according to his agent. It's all, like I said, extremely weird. So I went ahead and did a community tab poll on where you guys think he's going to go if he does slide out of the top 3, maybe even the top 5. And I put like the Wizards, the Pelicans, the Nets, because those are like the 3 teams that I feel like have been talked about the most when it comes to him, especially like New Orleans and Brooklyn. So we're going to go ahead and jump in and do the team you guys voted for, which is the Brooklyn Nets. We're going to be doing an Ace Bailey falls or whatever it may be, or however he gets to Brooklyn. He gets to Brooklyn in some way. It could be in many different ways, but let's go ahead and jump in and do this Ace Bailey Nets rebuild in NBA 2K25. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one and subscribe if you're new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciate. We're currently on the road to 50,000 subs, and obviously we're getting closer and closer to the NBA draft as well. So you want to go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you want a lot of content this offseason. I'm your guy. Obviously, there's some great people out there too. I'm just part of the people that do it too. But we got Cameron Johnson, Cam Thomas, Claxton, D'Angelo Russell, Zaire Williams. Obviously, we kind of know what the Nets roster looks like, but we're adding Ace Bailey, Nolan Traore to this as well, and Sergio. So let me go ahead and first by starting off on how Ace Bailey even gets to Brooklyn. So the Nets have like 4 first rounders, so I traded 3 of them to get into the 3rd overall selection. Maybe he just falls to Brooklyn, but I don't think he'd fall that far. But it remains to be seen. Will he fall past the Jazz, or the Jazz just take him because you can't pass on the talent? Will the Philadelphia 76ers still just take him? So I guess the safest way that he would end up in Brooklyn is if they just traded into that top 3 and grabbed him. It sounds like Ace Bailey wants to go to a team where he's going to have a bunch of shot opportunities. Now, obviously, Brooklyn would be a really good spot for that. You know, even the, technically, I would say even the Wizards would be a good spot for that. The Jazz would be a good spot for that. But Brooklyn ends up being the winner of the community tab poll, which is why we got the Nets. So we have Keon Johnson, Jalen Wilson, Noah Klein, Dariq Whitehead, and then Drew Timme, which we'll go and accept all of these. Qualifying offers, Day'Ron Sharpe, Zaire Williams, Cam Thomas, and Tyrese Martin are all free agents as well. But yeah, what do you guys think so far about Ace Bailey's approach to the draft? Obviously, it's been extremely weird. Just haven't really seen, I mean, I'm sure we've seen it before, but I can't really think of anybody that's done it to this extent, where he just like refuses to work out it for anybody, and he just has all these weird quotes that are going on. It's all strange, like I said. So I'm just gonna go ahead and leave him. I think that, well, we might end up moving him to the 3 because we have Cam Thomas coming back probably, so him and Cam Thomas can just shoot the hell out of the ball. We have Cameron Johnson still, which I actually think would make sense to go ahead and move him. We could have maybe moved him to Philadelphia. I just don't really know if there would have been a way to match his contract. But in that like 3rd overall pick scenario, we could have found a way to maybe move him to Philly, but maybe it would have been hard to match his salary. I'm not sure. But we're going to go ahead and, like I said, trade Cameron Johnson. We're going to just try to send him to the highest bidder because I think he's someone that could definitely be moved this offseason, whether it's on draft night or later in the offseason. But yeah, it sounds like Cam Johnson was looked at the deadline by a bunch of teams. Nothing ever happened from it. So let's see what we got. We got DeAndre Hunter. I don't think the Cavs are doing that. The Hornets, Nick Smith, OG Anunoby in a first. I don't think the Knicks are going to do that either. I mean, I guess the Magic could go ahead and get themselves another shooter. This would be fun. We get Jay Howard and Jonathan Isaac. I mean, it's cool and all, but I think I'd want another first. I don't think the Magic have another first to really offer. Michael Porter, I guess if the Nuggets wanted to get cheaper, we could take on Porter's contract. But I don't really know if that does much for us. So we can get Ron Holland from Detroit, which they could use some shooting as well, so I don't hate that. And I think I've done that quite a bit every time I trade. But I don't know if I've gotten Ron Holland in the Nets before. So I actually think I'm going to go ahead and do this trade. Cameron Johnson for Ron Holland. Can I squeeze a first out of them as well? Let's say we get their 2026 unprotected. They want Maxwell Lewis. Yeah, let's do it. So we're going to get their first rounder along with Ron Holland on the team, which feels kind of cool. Ron Holland's probably going to start next year for us. He's 6'8", and then I'm going to move Ace Bailey to the 3. Goes up overall right away, which is good too. So I like that. And then, as I mentioned, we're not gonna bring back D'Angelo Russell. Apparently, there's rumors that D'Lo might end up in Milwaukee, which I actually think makes a ton of sense because Obviously, Milwaukee is a team that needs as much help as possible, and D'Lo probably wouldn't be that expensive. He'd probably be in Milwaukee's price range as well. So I think I'm just going to simply re-sign Cam Thomas to a 2-year deal and Day'Ron Sharpe to a nice 3-year deal to bring everybody back, and we'll renounce pretty much everybody else, I think, because I'm obviously not anticipating on being like a contender next year, but maybe I'm surprised and we are. The last time I did do a Nets rebuild, we ended up with AJ DeBanza. I'm not really sure I expect that today because we won't be tanking that hard. Maybe we could use like a point guard though to like bridge the gap this year, so we can go like Trey Jones maybe for a year. We got Ryan Rollins, who's 23 years old. AJ Mitchell is always interesting if the Thunder, I guess, were to get rid of his contract. And we have like Killian Hayes or like KJ Simpson. I guess KJ Simpson's fun if he wasn't on the Hornets anymore. I'm just trying to see if there's like a young guard we can give it to. I'm gonna go ahead and give KJ Simpson a 2-year deal. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? We could use a point guard, and KJ Simpson can maybe develop into something for us. Obviously, we could just start Trey Murray as well, but let's give KJ Simpson a little bit of run. I expect to be a bad team, obviously, but we have some pieces. We might move Claxton eventually too, but Ace Bailey is obviously going to get a bunch of shots along with Cam Thomas once he's healthy. We got in Ron Holland in a future first, which is nice too. Obviously, this Nets team is in a really good position, so if we're able to tank our way to AJ DeBanza again and back-to-back Nets rebuilds, I would not complain. We'll have Ace Bailey alongside him. Let's go ahead and take a look at the lineup going into year number 1. As I kind of mentioned, I felt as if they wouldn't be very high on us, and that is the case. We are literally 30th power rank, which is not good, obviously. So here are your, here's your rotation. So they actually have Cam Thomas still hurt. I don't know how much longer he is out. Let's see if we look at it this way. He's out for 4 to 6 months. I mean, I don't really care to rush him back. If he's not available, he's not available. But Ace Bailey getting 34 minutes. KJ Simpson's going to start. You got Day'Ron Sharpe, Jalen Wilson, Clowney, Tariq Whitehead, Daquan Jeffries. So yeah, I'm kind of cool with this. The only thing I wanted to look at was what is Ace Bailey's shots density. It's an 80 out of the draft. I'm gonna push it up maybe to an 86 and leave it at that. So we're gonna simulate year 1. Obviously, expectation is that we're really bad. If I do decide to like trade Claxton the trade deadline and get some more assets for him, I will show you, because that'd probably be the only thing I would do at the deadline. But obviously, I want to be as bad as possible. So even if we decide to keep Cam Thomas, you know, in the reserves, I wouldn't hate that either. Although we probably will end up playing him, obviously. We only gave him a 2-year deal, so usually I give him like a longer contract, but for some reason I decided to only give him 2 years. But all right, I will see you guys at the deadline if we trade Claxton. If not, at the end of the season. So I do think I'm going to attempt to trade Claxton here at the deadline, and I kind of like this offer from the Bucks. We're getting a 20-30 unprotected. We have to take on Kyle Kuzma's contract, but the other thing I wanted to try to do is if we could find a way to get the Mark Williams trade package from the Lakers. That would be my dream scenario. If we could like snag Dalton Connect off of them. So let's say we remove Rui. Obviously, we need more money in this, but they do have like Gabe Vincent. I think they could throw in here if he's still, yeah. So Gabe Vincent is still here, and I'll give you like Daquan Jeffries. So let's say we're able to get Claxton for Connect, Gabe Vincent, and one of their future firsts that they can offer. Would they do this? They would solve their center position. Want a couple seconds, but we basically get the Mark Williams trade package. So we're going to do that exact same trade package, basically. Gabe Vincent, Kleba are expiring as we get Connect and a first-round pick for Claxton. That is a done deal. I love that. So now, Gabe Vincent, I guess, is going to start point guard for the rest of the season. How is KJ Simpson doing as a starter? Let's see. He was averaging, let's see. He's averaging 9 points per game. Not very efficient, so I guess I'm fine with letting Gabe Vincent start for the rest of the year. Ace Bailey's averaging 22 in his rookie season. Obviously, Cam Thomas is doing his thing as well. But we're going to keep simulating. So hopefully that makes us worse, because obviously tanking the season away is going to be our best approach for this offseason. We have our pick, which is nice. But obviously Cam Thomas is going to win us some games because he's like that in 2K. But I still expect to be in the lottery. If we don't get like the #1 pick, I think that's fine, obviously. But man, would I like this team to have a position at that. I don't know if we'll get that lucky, though. It wouldn't surprise me in the slightest if this team somehow snuck into the play-in this year. That would piss me off, but it wouldn't surprise me. So Shea's going to win MVP again, averaging 37 points per game. Ace Bailey does, of course, win Rookie of the Year. I mean, we gave him a bunch of shot opportunities, so it's not really surprising to see that. So here's your All-NBA first team. Obviously, nobody else is going to be on here for All-NBA teams, but we should hopefully get all rookie teams with Ace Bailey, and that's it. So let's go ahead and submit the playoffs. So unfortunately for us, we're not in the play-in, which I'm glad we weren't, but we were like 11th and 11 seeding wise. Cam Thomas, man, he's like your worst enemy in this game when you're trying to tank. He's just too good for the Nets to not I don't know. I don't get it. But he is like the difference maker between tanking or whatever. So although I will say we got the 11 seed, we finished up with the 7 best odds. So I will absolutely take that based off where we were. So 7.5% chance of jumping up to #1 overall. I doubt we get that lucky, but man, would that be cool if we did. So we are going to stay at 7. So at least we didn't fall. You got the Grizzlies 1, Wizards 2, and Jazz 3. Staff signing, you're going to have Jorge Fernandez, which I'm going to leave him for now. Let's head to draft night and pick with #7, though. I don't know who we'll get, but we've traded the guys we've wanted to trade. We also have the 20th pick from the Cameron Johnson trade, so that's nice. But we have Dalton Connect now, which feels great to have him. I'm going to move him to the 2 guard because that's what he'll play in this video for us. He's obviously 25 already, but he's going to be a solid player to have. And I think I am going to maybe look to trade Cam Thomas this offseason as well. Like I said, we only give him a 2-year deal. He's going to be a good scorer for anybody off their bench, but I do want to get Connect starting. So let's see if anybody's willing to give me a interesting package. So the Grizzlies want to give Pippen, a top 5 protected. That's interesting. What else we got? Markkanen, Malik Monk, Carter, Gafford. Maybe we wait. Maybe Cam Thomas should be part of like a bigger trade if we're going to do something with that. So let's see what we get at 7. So AJ DeBanza is going to Memphis, which is interesting. Nate is going to Washington. Utah is getting Peterson. Dash Daniels to New Orleans. Cameron Boozer to Charlotte. And then Chris is going to, I think that was the Thunder that was picking before us. Okay, so we have Yabusele, which I don't think I've ever drafted him before. But he definitely is standing out to me because obviously, although we could get our point guard with Darius or Mikael Brown, either one. You have Koa P down the board and Caleb Wilson. Or we could take Elijah Arenas too. I think we got to take Arenas. So we're going to take Elijah Arenas with 7. So Elijah Arenas is going to feel pretty good. Him and Connect, 2 guard rotation. Then we also get Braden Burries, which is another solid pick. I'll take that. So we got Ron Holland, Connect, Clowney, Dariq Whitehead, and then Sergio. That's all looking good. Jalen Wilson. Probably won't worry about bringing him back, to be honest with you. For free agency, Keon Johnson, Jalen Wilson, Maxi Kleba, Gabe Vincent. All guys I have no interest in bringing back. So Simpson is only here for 1 more year, and then Troyer's at the other point guard spot. So we have Dariq Whitehead, Arenas, which honestly, I think, like I said, we may look to sell off Cameron Thomas because we could also move a bunch of guys to the 3. So I think I'm going to move Dariq Whitehead to the 3 right now. So let's go ahead and do that. So Dariq Whitehead's going to slide down to the 3. I don't know if he'll be signed long-term by any means, but we just need to kind of fix this logjam we have the 2 guard right now. So he's going to slide to the 3. We'll have Cam Thomas, who's probably going to be moved. I said I was going to try to like trade him in a bigger trade, but I don't really know if there's going to be the ability to do that. Now we do have cap space as well, so we got to keep that in mind. So let's go ahead and see what Cam Thomas would land us. I just feel like he'd be better somewhere else right now. So Kuzma, a 1st-round pick. I don't hate this. Kuzma won't play a minute for us, but the Bucks get themselves another player. The Utah Jazz want to give me 2 firsts for Cam Thomas. Then we got like Jeremiah Fears. I don't know why the Spurs would do that. Although that would solve our point guard spot right now. Fears would step in and be big time for us. Do I just go ahead and do this? Get another good prospect. We give them Cam Thomas. But is this realistic? It doesn't feel like it is, to be honest with you. Although we could do like Nikola Topic. I mean, I don't ever really trade for Nikola Topic. Would the Thunder be interested in a scorer off their bench for Nikola Topic? Let's do it. I don't trade for him ever. I don't really know what his ceiling is, but I'm actually down for this. This is going to be interesting. So Nikola Topic is going to come over to Brooklyn, and we're going to see what he can do for us. And then we'll have Connect, Elijah Arenas, Braden Burries, Dariq White, Ace Bailey. So the only thing that we kind of truly need is a starting center. I think the last time I signed Jalen Duren, so I don't think I'm going to do that this time around. He probably is available too. Yeah, so obviously 22 years old would make a bunch of sense on this team. Is there any other center that would make sense for us? We have Mark Williams, who obviously we just got the trade package for him, but I actually think I'd be down for that. Like I said, I think the last time I gave Jalen Duren a contract. So let's give Mark Williams a deal. I mean, we have a bunch of money to use. Might as well use it, right? So I'm going to give him 5 years, front load the contract, and let's see if he would accept that. It doesn't get matched, and he does not. So we get our new starting 5 to replace Nicholas Claxton. So we get the Mark Williams trade package, and we also get to replace him we get to replace Claxton with Mark Williams, funny enough. Okay, so I'm feeling good about this. This is going to be an interesting team going into next year. I think this team may be able to be a sneaky playing team. I don't want to, promise it, but it's feeling like it could get there. So Ace Bailey's already up to an 87. Williams 85, Ron Holland's an 80. KJ Simpson's up to an 80, which is interesting to see that too. Clowney is up. Connect is down. Damn, okay, interesting. Sharp is down, up. Topic is up. Derek White is up, and so is Nolan Traore. So we definitely have a little bit of a fight at that point guard spot. But I would be more than down to give Nikola or Topic the keys to see what he can turn into. Because, as I mentioned, he's not a player I often trade for. So I feel pretty good about having him on the team to see what he can do going forward. But let's go look at this rotation going into next season, because this should be a very special looking team. It actually loaded faster than I anticipated. It usually takes forever to load. So, is this team going to make the playoffs this year? That is the question. I think there's a chance. I really do. We're going to shrink the bench utilization down maybe just a little bit, but we'll run 50. We'll run 50 bench utilization still. So Topic is going to be starting with Connect, Ace Bailey, Ron Holland, Mark Williams, KJ Simpson, Clowney, Daron Sharp, Derek Whitehead, and Noah Rory. That leaves like Arenas out, which I feel bad about. I want to get Arenas some minutes right away, but I don't know if there's anybody I would really kick out over him, honestly. So does Arenas just sit on the bench for a year and we let him play next year? I guess that might be. Oh man, that sucks. Maybe I just kick out Derek Whitehead for him, because like I don't really know if Derek Whitehead is going to be part of the future plan. So I am going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to move Arenas in over Derek Whitehead, unfortunately. So I want Arenas to play right away. So we're going to see how season number 2 goes. I could see this going in a lot of different ways, honestly. If this team ended up making the playoffs, it wouldn't surprise me. If this team was a lottery team, that wouldn't surprise me either. Cam Thomas, obviously not on the team anymore, hurts us. They're always usually a stud simulation team. But, I mean, right now we're fighting for the play-in even without him, so we'll see how it ends. So Victor Wembanyama wins MVP. AJ DeBenza, of course, wins Rookie of the Year representing the Grizzlies. We got Giddey, 6th man as well over there, Wemby Defensive Player. Hugo, Most Improved. And Paul is your Clutch Player. And Kid is your Coach of the Year. So here's your All-NBA first team, All-NBA second, and All-NBA third team, All-Defensive first team, and All-Defensive second team. Here's your All-Rookie teams, and here's your All-Rookie second team. So Elijah Arenas does make it, which is nice. And we ended up as the 4th seed out east, and we get to play the fellow New York team, the Knicks. So that felt good. We finish up at 47-35. So already we've turned things around, which feels pretty good. Obviously, Ace Bailey is the catalyst so far. His career high is 51 points, which is nice. So we got 26 points per game. Also pretty efficient from 3 this season, which we love that, 39%. You had 15 from Connect, 12 from Mark Williams, 12 from Topic with 6 assists. 10 from Arenas, 9 from Daron Sharp, and 9 from Ron Holland, 8 from Simpson, and 7 from Noah Clowney. So a lot still developing, but this team is going to continue to get dangerous as we keep going. I don't even really know. Like, I think Ron Holland needs to eventually be replaced, but I think I'm going to hope that Topic or maybe even Simpson. I don't even know if we'll keep Simpson, but he's developing slowly. Gustav Traore is going to develop. Elijah Arenas is going to develop in that 2-guard spot. So I honestly think we have ourselves a really good team awaiting in the distance. The only position I think I kind of maybe need to replace is Ron Holland, because I've noticed in 2K he doesn't really ever develop that well. Although I would be fine with moving him into a bench role if needed, because we did let obviously Derek Whitehead potentially walk. So I think Ron Holland might be playing backup 3 for us next year, and he has another year on his contract too. But that's all for future talk. Now we got to play the Knicks. So we're up 1-0. We're up 2-0. So far, so good on the Knicks, but they are going to win game 3. We win game 4, and we beat them in 5. Wow, lovely. So the Knicks, of course, had kind of the same team we're used to, other than they have AJ Mitchell now. And then, do they not have Mikal? I guess they lost Mikal Bridges. Okay. So we get Boston or Cleveland. We might get the 8th-seeded Celtics based off them being up 3-1, but the Cavs might be coming back. And no, they don't. I mean, the Cavs forced to game 7, but Boston is going to be the team we play. So we technically have the bye, which feels pretty good to be thinking about right now. So we're going to keep the things the way they are. So we're down 1-0. Even it up. I mean, is there a chance we make it to the conference finals this early in the video? I doubt it, right? Like, so far. So we're down 3-1. So I don't think that's going to happen. But, man, was it kind of a crazy thought for a second. So do we win game 5? We win game 6? Oh, wow. We are alive. Very much alive. Okay. They want to fix rotation. They want to start Clowney. But game 7 to get to the conference finals in year number 2 was not really anticipating this being the case. But, man, as I said, the Nets are a sneaky good team. And we're going to beat them 98-124. So I thought we were dead there. Now we get to play the Charlotte Hornets, which is a team I think we could definitely beat. So do we have what it takes to get to the finals this early? Game 1 goes to us. Game 2 goes to us. No way. 2-1. No freaking way. Come on, finish it off. We're in the finals, literally. This is year number 2. The team is super young. We're in the finals already. I don't know what I did to deserve this, but sure. We get Minnesota, hopefully, too. Actually, either one's going to be tough. It's going to be the Spurs, though. Now, is this where our run comes to an end? I have a feeling it is. Now, Ace Bailey had a damn good conference finals. But I don't know if we're going to be able to beat the Spurs. That's going to be probably a tougher task to handle. So, game 1 goes to them. Yeah, we're dead. Yeah, we're dead. Okay. But the fact that we made it to the finals, though, is pretty wild. We're super young. We're not even close to where I want this team to be. And we already made it to the NBA Finals, which probably spells a lot of good things to come. So let's go to the lottery. I don't think we have anybody's like picked this off. Well, I guess maybe I spoke too soon. So we have Philadelphia's and Houston's, maybe. Interesting. So let's see what that turns into. So we have, no, maybe those are just pick swaps. I don't even see our name in the lottery anymore. So we get 21, 22. And is there anything else we have? No, nothing else. So we don't have anything else to worry about. At least I don't think at this point. I think I'm only seeing 21 and 22. Okay, so staff signing. We got Jordi Fernandez still as the head coach, which obviously based off last season, we got to keep him around, right? He's going to be extended eventually too. Yeah, just 21 and 22. I mean, I don't really know if I'm going to be doing too much. We're obviously going to go ahead and draft with those picks. The only thing I would be looking to do is upgrade that power forward spot. So I'm going to go ahead and take a Netherlands guy here. And then I guess give me Caden Allen, 6'7", Alabama. I'll bring him in. Okay, so we have these guys coming in, both going to be able to compete for minutes eventually, but not probably right away. Okay, so we're going to accept all these, and then Derek White and KJ Simpson are free agents. I think KJ Simpson, as much as it's cool to see him develop, I don't think we're bringing him back. Just he hasn't really shown me anything in the Derek Whitehead. I don't think we're bringing him back either. So probably going to let these guys go. I think Clowney's a free agent too. Probably going to let him walk maybe as well. We'll see though. Because I want a better power forward upgrade. So there is the ability to just sign one. There's like Kuminga. There's Gigi Jackson, Bobby Portis, Jarvis Walker, I guess, is kind of interesting. Is there anybody we could trade for? So let's just go ahead and get this out of the way. We're 100% going to be moving Ron Holland to the... He's going to be playing backup small forward this year. I think I like the idea of him off the bench a little bit better. So top end Traore, I'm cool with that. We got Connect Arenas, Burries, Caden Allen. I'm cool with that. We have Jalen Montgomery, Ron Holland, Ace Bailey. So basically, to me, we just need to trade for a power forward, unless we decide to just sign one. But I don't know. I mean, we could sign Jabari Smith, I guess. He would fit exactly what we kind of need right now. So maybe we just settle on him and don't have to trade anything away. But not hate that idea. 24 years old, fits the timeline, base the floor. I mean, he averaged 30 or 13, 35, but you know, the year before that was 41% from three. So yeah, he wouldn't score too much. I do like the idea of him, so I do think we're going to go ahead and give him a contract. So he's also unrestricted, so that's fine with me. We're going to go front load it so we can have Jabari as our new power forward. So that's going to make this team even better. We're not bringing back KJ Simpson, and we can let Clowney and Whitehead go as well. I mean, unless we want to bring Clowney back. I mean, we can give Clowney maybe a 1-year deal if he wants to come back on a 1-year deal. Gonna let me do that. We'll give Clowney a 1-year contract to come back if he wants to. We'll give him a 1-year deal, and we'll see what he can do in that role. Okay, I'm feeling good about that. So our only addition is Jabari Smith, but the one thing we have to keep in mind is that this team is going to develop because of how young everyone is. So player progression is going to be kind of the real story on how good this team could be next year. We are already in the freaking finals, for crying out loud. So you had Ace Bailey go up to a 90. Jabari is up to an 87. Williams is up. Ron Holland's up to an 83. Arena's up to an 82, so he's going to be more involved. Nicolo's up to an 82. Connect is up. Jory is not up. So Topic is going to be starting point guard next year again, which I like that idea. Because like I said, I don't use him in videos very often. But man, yeah, this team is looking like they could eventually turn into that contender we're looking for. Again, we already made it to the finals. So is it crazy to say this early in the video in year number 3 that a championship could be headed our way? I don't know if I'm ready to say that, but maybe I won't rule it out. Maybe I won't rule it out. That's all I'm going to say. MVP, Tyron Stokes, Rookie of the Year. Harper is your 6-man women defensive player. Richardson, most improved. But get this. Coach player goes to Jokic. Coach of the Year goes to Jordi Fernandez. 65 and 17 on the season. I don't know what it is with the Nets, man, but they are a special simulation team. Ace Bailey is obviously helping too. He's becoming an elite player for our roster, which is fantastic. With the way he's talking right now, I hope he becomes that in real life too, to back up what is going on in real life. But we are the first seed in the East. He had 25 from Ace Bailey, 17 from Jabari, 17 from Arena, 16 from Topic. along with 7 assists. So he's become a good player for us too. So I think he definitely needs to be re-signed if we're going to keep him. Connect is going to be a free agent, so we'll have to see who all needs to be re-signed, because there's going to be a lot of players that may be looking to re-signing here. So it's going to get expensive fast. But all right, let's see if we can come out here and win a championship in year number 3. I mean, we got really close last year. I mean, we got to the finals and got swept. So I don't know. Is that close? You be the judge. But we're down 2-0. Oh boy, is our regular season a fluke? It is, isn't it? Wait a minute, we're not dead yet. 3-2 so far. They want to swap the rotations out. So let's see if we can force a game 7. So all of that in the regular season just to maybe lose in the first round. That would be typical 2K fashion. I won't lie to you. But we got a close game 6 here, and we forced the game 7 to happen. So maybe we win game 7. But let's see if the Pistons are going to end our season early. So we have the lead right now, but they're not that far away. We will hang on. So it looks scary there for a second. We're moving on to round 2 to play Atlanta. All right, so Atlanta, game 1 goes to us. This is starting up way better than the last series. Yeah, way better so far. We sweep them. Okay, and now we can play Charlotte or Cleveland. We got the Charlotte Hornets, who we did beat last year, right? We played them last year and beat them. Although I will say they've gotten better, so who knows how this is going to go. We even it up 2-1. 3-1, and we're back in the finals, I assume. Yep, back in the finals. Okay, so we get to play either the Grizzlies or the Mavericks. I don't know who I'd rather play, because obviously the Grizzlies have Debanza, while the Mavericks have Cooper Flag. So just, I guess, give me whoever it needs to be. So it's John Morant and Ace Bailey, representing the conference finals MVPs. But we're back-to-back finals bound, which is just absolutely insane to think about. But all right, here goes nothing, man. This is to win a championship, second chance at it. Let's simcast these ones, because last year it felt good to be there. But now we actually have a chance to potentially bring this trophy home to Brooklyn very early in this video, which I didn't anticipate. We are going to lose game 1 at home, so that's not a good start. Let's go to game 2 and see if we can bounce back. Well, you're just going to get to the finals and lose to the West every time? Is that how it's going to be? And it's all... Dude, that'd be funny if we got swept 2 years in a row in the finals. Actually, it would suck. It's not even funny. But it's looking like it's headed that way right now. Unless we decide to win both games on the home floor. But we better wake up here. We had a lead there for a second, but we're down 3-0 just like we were. We do win game 4, though. So I guess we're still in it. Okay, maybe 2K has a 3-0 lead in store for us. Or 3-0 blown lead for them, I should say. So we got to win another one. We got maybe... Nope, we're going to lose in 5. So we did one better than last year. We won... 1 game. Okay, so we've made it to the finals 2 years in a row now, but it has led to absolutely nothing. We've gotten there. So that sucks. Obviously disappointing. But look at that. We just got the #1 overall pick via the Phoenix Suns. Are we even supposed to have this pick? I actually have no idea. This is the 2028 draft pick. No, let me double check this, and then I'll get back to the rest of the offseason we're about to do. So I believe if I read that correctly, this is, in fact, our pick. So do we go a new head coach, by the way, as well? Like Spoelstra's available? I mean, I love Fernandez, what he's done. So we definitely got to keep him part of the potential offers, too. Maybe we just keep running it with him because we've made it to the finals twice with him, right? It'd be kind of weird to move on from him. But, I mean, we could go Redick, who probably is better because based off just the... Yeah, so I think I'm going to go JJ Redick, even though... Fernandez has deserved every right to get a new contract because he just led us to the finals twice. But now, wow, we have #1, 4, 10, and 20. That's crazy. So we have #1 and #4, which is wild. But that's probably going to be important. So #1 overall, I think we're obviously going to go ahead and take Mr. Maryland guard. I don't know how to say his name, but yeah, getting top 2 of these picks right now is pretty useful. So Nathan Solomon. Clowney's about to walk, so yeah, I think I'm cool with this too. And then we had 10, I think I saw correctly too, which is wild. So yeah, this worked out pretty well. We can grab Gabe Neesmith, who I was looking at. I don't know if he's related to Aaron Neesmith at all, but I think I'm gonna let the assistant... That was like a beautiful lottery that could have happened. So 78, 77, got a 74 later, and then the second rounder, which I'll just two-way him. So Montgomery will be declined because of what we have going on right now. Connect, Ron Holland, top pitch. Honestly, I don't even think I'm bringing back Dalton Connect at this point. We just drafted so many guards. I do want to bring Topich back, though, or Toppich, however you say it. Ron Holland's asked for too much money, too. Sharp, thankfully, isn't asked for too much, so I'm going to bring him back to be our backup center. And then Clowney, Toppich. Like, Toppich, I'm going to wait to try to re-sign him. But I do want him back. So let's look at what we have going on right now, because it's obviously really important that we don't spend our money too much. So a lot of guys in the 2-guard spot right now. I think we're probably going to move or whoever this is to the 3. So he's going to back up Ace Bailey. I like him off the bench, obviously, so no need to resign or sign our small forward. So Neesmith, Curry, so Connect probably won't need to be re-signed at this point because we just replaced him. We don't need Clowney back either. Solomon's going to be fine there. So the only thing I'm looking to bring back is Topic, and that's about it. So I apologize, Ron Holland. I apologize, Connect, and I apologize, you two as well. But at this point, the team is just too expensive that signing all of you guys would be really tough, and we're going to let the young prospects take over. So, I mean, we have plenty of time to win a championship. If it's not next year, it'll be the year after that based off how many young players we have ready, you know, go win it all. So, similar to what I've done to the other guys, I'm going to front load Topic's contract. It's going to be a nice starting point guard kind of contract. So, he's up to an 84. Rena's 84. Ace Bailey's a 93. Troy's up to an 80. So, not a whole lot of development here, but the one thing we do have going for us is we have a bunch of young prospects just waiting in the shadows. We made it to the finals twice in a row. Let's do that again, this time with Jay Reddick, but hopefully this time we just win the whole damn thing. That'd be beautiful. So not quite as good as last year. We do still finish up as 62-20. Here's your all-NBA teams. We do get Ace Bailey making it, which is beautiful. Obviously, he is about to get paid as well, which is why we let quite a few players walk last offseason because we knew we'd have to pay our best player eventually. The first seed in the East again, we had 25 from Ace Bailey, 18 from Elijah Arenas, 14 from Mr. Baba, if that's even how you say it. I doubt I'm saying it correctly, but he's going to only continue to get better for us. Topic with 14-7, 12-9 for Mark Williams. This Topic is becoming like a good shooter from outside too. And he's kind of stayed around that 35%, which obviously, you know, it could be better, but it could be a lot worse. We got to the Cleveland Cavaliers in round 1. I mean, we've been good in the East so far. As John Morant says, I'm fine in the West. I say that as we're fine in the East, but the Cleveland Cavaliers make me eat my words. Let's find out. We will sweep them, so good start. Now we get to play the Boston Celtics, who always are kind of an interesting matchup, but we should have them. We're up 3-2. Going to a game 7 with them, though. Okay, so we could see the Hornets for a 3rd time in the conference finals if we are to beat the Celtics, which they're giving us a little bit of a tougher game 7 than I would want, but thankfully we're going to hang on. So 18 from Mr. Again, I feel like I'm butchering his name, so I'm just going to stop singing. Is it Bebe, Baba? I don't know. But we get to play the Hornets. So I think we've played them, like I said. This will be our 3rd time playing them in the conference finals, so let's give them some respect. 1-0 lead. They even it up. Oh boy, they're up 2-1. They're up 3-1. Damn, are the Hornets about to stop us dead in our tracks to get to the finals for a 3rd season? They may have our number, unfortunately, unless we're going to win a few straight. But no, the Hornets are going to beat us. Damn, okay. So I'm going to fall flat in our face. But the one thing we have going for us is this team is only going to keep getting better. So, I mean, if we have another lottery pick, it's going to be really hard to fit another player in this rotation, as it looks like we do from the Knicks. So it's going to be the 5th overall pick. But hey, I mean, if we keep adding talent to the team, what can you really do? So I think this next season, no matter what, we'll make the last one probably. So we'll just end off with the results of whatever we get this next season. But what do we want here? Quinn Wilson. I mean, I don't know much about these guys available right now, but I guess I'm going to go ahead and take Quinn Wilson here out of Texas. So welcome to the Nets, my friend. We got him and then a couple late first rounders. I mean, he's a 78 overall at the gate. Don't know how much he'll play because of how many prospects we have awaiting. But I don't think we'll be paying Traore. He has not developed enough to, deserve what he's asking for. So Traore is probably going to be renounced, unfortunately. But Bailey will be obviously re-signed. That's a no-brainer. Once Jabari is gone, we probably won't re-sign him either. So McKnight, I guess, is going to have to maybe step in that, or maybe even move one of these guys. I don't know. We'll see. Someone's going to play, obviously. So 2-player progression. And this is going to be kind of an interesting play progression to look at because of how many young prospects we have and who's going to play and who's going to not. But we have, let's see. So we have Mr. I mean, I feel like we got to find a way to get him to start, right? Does he start? I mean, does Topic come off the bench? Solomon's also going to be an interesting piece. Is going to come off the bench. Man, yeah, this is becoming a little bit of a logjam, but it's a good logjam to have, like I said. So I feel like we got to find a way to start both. Start Mr. Bebe here, though. Again, I don't know if I'm saying that name correctly. Do we move Arenas to point guard and maybe move Mr. Let's see. Arenas to point guard would go down 1, and then Bebe would go down 2. He goes down, yeah, 2. Okay, but I'm fine with that. I think we get Arenas, we get Mr. Bebe in there. Yeah, I'm feeling good about that. All right, so let's go into this final season. Let's see if this team can go on to finally get it done. We've had 2 finals appearances, and then another conference finals appearance on top of that. So let's see what we can do going into final chance, and we may have at getting a championship. So another coach of the year nod, but none of it has mattered as far as getting a championship. Ace Bailey makes an All-NBA team again. He's been tremendous throughout the video, which is great. But as I've mentioned already, we are after that grand slam of a champion. So we have not gotten that yet to this point yet. 26 from Ace Bailey, 20 from Mr. Baba, 19 from Arenas, 14 from Gabe Neesmith, 12 from Jabari, and then 11 and 8 from Mark Williams. So I'm going to make this our final chance. So hopefully we take full advantage of this chance to get back to the finals. We play Orlando in round 1. We have Franz Wagner, Anthony Black, Paul Banchero, Abraham, Jalen Suggs, and then Quentin Grimes and Koa Pete and Desmond Bain. Okay. So can we take down the Magic, or are they going to beat us in round 1? We beat them in 6. Now we get to play Atlanta, who we did beat last year. See if we can do that again. And we don't see the Charlotte Hornets this time. We get the Bucks instead, who have Lonzo, Harwell, Yabusele, and then Giannis, and then Zion. That's kind of a weird fit. But we're up 2-0 so far. 2-1. They're going to tie it. We're up 3-2. Beat them in 6. Yes. Okay. Back to the finals. All right. We get the Spurs again. They beat us earlier, but do we have what it takes to take them down this time? Let's see. Game 1 goes to San Antonio. Game 2 goes to us. Game 3 goes to us. It's a tied game. Okay. So let's go to game 5 in Brooklyn to see if we can take the 3-2 lead. At least we're not getting swept, and we've already won more games we have at all in this video in the finals. We only won 1 so far. But we're down 3-2. So is it about to be another disappointing showing in the finals? It may be. We'll see, though. So game 6 on the road in San Antonio to force a game 7 back to Brooklyn. Can we do it? They're going to have the lead most of the game, and I think we're going to fall flat in our face. So that's 3 finals appearances in this video and no championships to show for it. That's just... But at the end of the day, Ace Bailey, who knows what's going to truly happen with them? What is your guys' prediction on what is going to happen with Ace Bailey? But I think I'm going to end it there, man. 3 finals and 3 heartbreaks. I can't take it anymore. So, but man, have a good rest of your guys' weekend. I cannot wait for the NBA draft to see how that's all going to unfold. And then obviously the Kevin Durant trade might be coming soon as well. It's all going to be fun. The Crushables. I'll see you on the next one. I'm saying peace.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.